Hey everyone, I'm Zach. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a beer review of the Golden Monkey. This is a Belgian Tripel style ale from Victory Brewing Company. They're from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. This is 1 pint bomber and 9.4 fluid ounces, so it's 750 milliliters. It says, yeah, triple ale brewed with spices. Let you guys check that out. And I'll read you everything on the bottle. Let's see. There's a lot on here to read. It says, a magical, mystical monkey whose golden soul glows with the wisdom of ages. This radiant flavored ale is rich in the spirited tradition of Belgian-inspired brewing. Our golden monkey is both playful, delightful, and profoundly satisfying. Exotic spices from the East round out this global journey to joy. Get on board, this monkey's bound for glory. Let's see. Yeah, 9.5% alcohol by volume. Golden Monkey is bottle conditioned. It says bottled on right here, but it says nothing. But fortunately, I didn't stop there. I kept looking over here. Bottled on. I don't know if you can see that, but the 2nd of July, 2015. And today's date is, I believe, December 5th, or maybe, yeah, December 5th of 2018. So this beer is 3.5 years old. I've heard that it does age some, so I guess supposedly this should taste better than what a fresh one would taste like. So I guess we'll see. Yeah, it's a really cool label there. I like that. So I got to deal with this cork and cage up here, but let's pop this open and see how this is. Well, actually, no, you know what? Before I go ahead and pop this open, I didn't read you guys the rest of this bottle. Yeah, here it says, each bottle contains a monkey tale to tell. Maybe the memory left will be a simple one of friendship and conversation shared. Perhaps the tale will involve a more convoluted reverie like the story of how we came to create the Golden Monkey. Either way, enjoy the journey and feel free to share your tale with us. Cheers. Bill and Ron, the brewmasters of Victory. Yeah, I watched a video they had on YouTube recently about this beer, actually, and it said, I can't remember if it was Bill or Ron, but one of them, they were explaining how they actually came up with this beer and the name for this beer, and how it was actually inspired by a true Belgian triple that one of these owners of Victory, one of the brewmasters, actually tasted while they were in Belgium on their honeymoon. And I can't remember what they said the name of the triple was, but I think they said it was from Golden Tree Brewing Company. I think that's what it was in Belgium. But anyway, kind of funny that it's turned out to be Golden Monkey, and that originally came from Golden Tree. But yeah, they speak about that, and they speak about how they came up with the name. It also says here it has a whole bunch of directions on the back. I don't think you guys will be able to read all this, but it's got a little list of directions. It says Golden Monkey is bottle conditioned, which means that a slow fermentation continues in each bottle. This will bring out a subtle yet wonderful change in its flavor over time. We recommend that you store this beer upright at 50 degrees Fahrenheit in darkness. It should be enjoyed within 5 years of the bottling date, noted on the front label. That's interesting. Please observe, the following suggestions for its serve. 1. Have the ale chilled below 45 degrees Fahrenheit. This is definitely very cold. It's probably a little colder than that right now. Have clean, wide mouth glasses ready. I have that as well. Point the cork away from anyone when opening. Tilt the bottle slowly into the glass, making certain that the pour is sufficiently vigorous to raise a foamy head. I'm sorry, that was number 4. Number 5, try to avoid pouring the last dregs, as the yeast sediment is not the most favorable part of this beer. Well, some beers, they say to add the yeast. Some beers, they say to keep it out. Well, this is such a big bottle, I don't think I'll be pouring the yeast anyway until I get to the bottom. So we shouldn't have to worry about that. I have not been shaking this or rolling it. It stayed upright, and it's been in my fridge for probably about a month. So savor the experience slowly as the ale warms. That's number 6. Okay, so if you guys want to check any of this out, Victory says victorybeer.com. I'm sure they'll tell you all about their beers on their website. But anyway, let's get into this. I'm thirsty and I want to try this. So you gotta untwist this cage, and I guess I guess we'll leave it right there just in case. And then you pop the cork. Don't know if I'll be able to do it with the cage on there, but I'm gonna try. Maybe if I spin it. All right, nice little pop. Ooh, wow, that smells very intense, very exotic. Okay, smells strong like alcohol, smells like some spices. I don't even know, it almost smells like a, definitely some raisins in there. It smells like an oatmeal raisin cookie or something. This is pretty interesting. Not really the oatmeal, but definitely some raisin. Like plum, I don't know, like sour dark fruits. I get a lot of I guess, more tart fruit kind of smell out of this. This is really good smelling. I don't know what else I'm smelling in there. It's very interesting. All right, let's taste it. Got myself a nice wide mouth glass. I want to make sure I get some head. Okay. Sorry, making sure I don't drip off the bottle there. All right, so I don't know how well you can see that, but very well carbonated. Definitely a strong beer. A little bit of a head on there. I didn't pour it super rough, but yeah, a little bit of like an off-white head, pretty much white foam. Still getting smells of alcohol, maybe a little bit of banana, and some like clove and like maybe some clove and some dark, like I said, definitely darker fruits like raisins, plums. I don't know, maybe like some grape in there maybe. All right, let's taste this. I'm excited for this. I don't know if I've ever had this one before. I don't think I have, so let's see. Wow. Okay, so definitely some grape in there. This is really interesting. I didn't quite expect this. Typically with Belgian triples, I get a lot of bubblegum or banana in the taste and in the smell. And with this beer, there's a little bit of banana in the smell. Not really any banana in the taste or bubblegum. But that's not a problem. Wow, this is really smooth. I don't know how to explain this one. This is not at all what I was expecting. I've been drinking a lot of Belgian triples recently, but this is definitely like a little bit of a. It's not really tart, but it's a little bit of like tart fruits in there. It's a lot of fruitiness going on with the flavor, but it's really. Tastes like darker fruits. This is really good. Whatever specific Belgian yeast strain they use in here does a really good job at fermenting, and I'm sure it has a lot to do with the spices and all that they use too, but this really blends together to a very interesting flavor that I was not expecting at all. This is very unique from a lot of the other triples that I've tried. I know recently I tried the La Fin du Monde, which is the triple from Unibrew in Quebec, Canada, and that was really good too. But it's different from this, and that's also extremely unique. There's a few other ones that I drink locally and I see pretty often, and a lot of those triples, they're really similar to each other, but these two seem to really stand apart. I really like this. I really like this Victory Golden Monkey. I saw they have a sour monkey also. I might have to give that a shot. But I don't know. I'm really picky about my sours, but I do love sours. Speaking of which, I have a homebrew sour ale that I made myself and split up into 3 different flavors. I believe it was a sour cherry, raspberry, Belgian wheat sour, And then there was one that I added nothing to, so they all had raisins added to them. And then there was one that had orange peels added to it. So yeah, I have 3 of my own homebrew Belgian sour, not necessarily sour, I'm sorry, but Brett ales that also had some dregs added from some sours. So they're lightly sour, but mainly Brettanomyces was the primary yeast strain that I used there. So that they're mainly a Brett beer, but they do have some sour influence, and that really blends together well. Those beers are coming up on 2 or 3 years old now, so I'll have to check the dates, crack those out, and try them for you guys. Last time I tried one was probably a few months ago. I've just been letting them ferment and continue to get good and better and better and better. But anyway, I think this has probably aged pretty nicely over the past 3 and almost a half years before I stuck it in my fridge. A friend of mine gave this to me from some people that he was helping move. He works for a moving company, and he said that they gave him like 3 or 4 different bombers. And when I saw him recently, he was like, "Oh man, like they gave us these as a tip when we were helping move all their stuff from their house. Like, just take one." He's like, "I don't think I'll ever drink any of these. Like, I'm really picky, and I don't really drink. I don't think I drink this kind of beer anyway." I was like, "All right, man, whatever you say." So he gave me a few to choose from. He stuck out like 2 or 3, and I just took the one that looked the most interesting that I had not had before, and that was this. And fortunately, it looks like it probably sat in their basement for 3 years. That's probably why they were giving it away. They were they didn't want it. They were done with it, whatever. But thankfully, I think this aged perfectly to make a nice, tasty beer just for me to try. I'll have to try some fresh ones, as they call it, that were brewed recently, maybe within the past like 6 months or so, and see if there's any difference. But this is really good. Definitely like a grapey, kind of plum, darker fruits. I like this. It's not like necessarily tart or bitter or sour, but it has small complexities of all 3 of those intertwined into this very smooth 9.5% alcohol beer. And as you can see, the carbonation is still going wild. Okay, well, I'm not going to keep you guys much longer. But, yeah, thanks for tuning in. Definitely pick this up if you see this, guys. I'm honestly going to go ahead and say if you see it, pick up the big bombers just so that you have to drink a bunch of it and you get a nice buzz doing it. So I think that's the way to do it. Don't just get yourself a 6-pack where you're tempted to just drink 1 or 2. Get this big guy and smack it down, But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I give this beer a 4.5 stars out of 5. It's near perfect. This is delicious and not what I expected. But thank you guys very much for watching. Have a great day and drink them up.